Okay, 3 weeks until Avengers Infinity War. What do we know? We know they fight Thanos. We know the Guardians of the Galaxy are finally meeting up with the rest of the main Marvel U. We know that Captain America has a really sick beard. But there's still a lot we don't know, like where the Soul Stone is, or how does Thanos actually find Wakanda? And perhaps most importantly, where's Hawkeye? No, seriously, where is Hawkeye? Hawkeye was one of the original 6 cinematic Avengers, there from the beginning, taking part in the Battle of New York, helping to defend the city against the invading T'Chari army. And yet he's always the one getting the shortest end of the proverbial stick. Some people think it's because he's just a guy, a dude who's really good with a bow and arrow, but with no real powers to speak of. But so is Black Widow, and yet she's had a surprisingly large role in the MCU. She was a main player in Iron Man 2, Winter Soldier. She had a surprisingly big part in Civil War. She'd been able to grow and develop and really show audiences just what she's capable of. Hawkeye's really only been in the teen movies aside from a brief cameo in the first Thor film. Save for the stuff with his family in Age of Ultron, Hawkeye really hasn't gotten the backstory exploration that the rest of his contemporaries have. But even still, he's unquestionably an important member of the team. It just feels wrong to not have him included in any of the promotional material for Infinity War. He's not in any of the trailers, and he's not on any of the posters. It's kind of like when Warner Brothers was being coy as to whether or not Henry Cavill was going to be in Justice League, even though we all knew he was. But at least there, it kind of made sense because Superman was supposed to be dead. His return would have been a big surprise. But with Hawkeye, not only is he very much alive and would obviously be in a big movie like this, everybody working on the film is very open with the fact that Hawkeye is in the movie. Here's a quote from co-director Joe Russo. Hawkeye coming out of Civil War is in the same position that Cap and Falcon are in at the end of that movie. Some characters made certain decisions and others made other decisions that led them down different paths and them dealing with oversight in this movie in a different way. So Hawkeye's on his own journey in this movie. So one of the directors is admitting that Hawkeye is in the movie, and Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye himself, is admitting that he's in the movie. So why haven't we seen him? A lot of people think it's because he's going to be using his Ronin persona and Marvel didn't want to ruin the surprise reveal. Okay, sure, but I don't really buy that. For one thing, not a lot of people know about his Ronin persona. Some comic book fans might react to seeing it in the trailer, but for people who just watch the MCU, they just get confused. Second, they could have shown him without the Ronin mask on, or at least featured his voice in some capacity. Why wasn't he one of the voices from the first trailer? It's entirely possible he's not being featured because he doesn't have that big of a role in the movie, or more likely, he's not as popular as some of the other characters that have been featured, like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Panther. That makes the most sense to me. I mean, this time last year, Shuri and Okoye weren't on anybody's radar, and now they're front and center in trailers and on the posters. But again, still doesn't explain why they left Hawkeye out. They're also leaving out characters like Nick Fury and Ant-Man. But those I can sort of understand. Ant-Man has his own film coming out in July, and they probably don't want to position him front and center in the promotional material for Infinity War because that might cut into the hype for Ant-Man and the Wasp. And Nick Fury has sort of been laying low ever since Winter Soldier. I mean, yeah, he was featured prominently in Age of Ultron, but that was very much a one-off thing. And it makes sense to use his voiceover in the first trailer because, I mean, he's the one who got them all together in the first place. But as Joe Russo said, we know that Hawkeye is in the exact same position as Cap and Falcon, so why isn't he shown in the Battle of Wakanda running up to fight Thanos with the rest of them? But we don't see that. Is he hiding with his family on the farm? I doubt it. He's technically a fugitive right now, so I don't think he would want to put his family at risk like that. All this is leading people to believe that something big is going to happen to Hawkeye, something shocking, something that none of us could have predicted or anticipated. But what if nothing happens? What if all that happens in the movie is Hawkeye sitting at home watching the events unfold on TV? That would not be worth all the mystery. They should have shown us something. Even if it's just a quick shot of Hawkeye shooting his arrow at somebody in a trailer, it would have done a lot to alleviate fears and relax anxious fans. It would show us that Hawkeye is in the movie and he's doing stuff. What that stuff is, we'll happily find out on April 27th, along with everything else that we want to know about the movie. Like who the hell Peter Dinklage is playing. I sincerely hope it's MODOK. I really want to see a live action MODOK. We're too close to the premiere of the film, so I doubt they're going to release a new trailer with Hawkeye in it in any capacity, but they can at least do something, either a movie still or a new poster with him off in the corner somewhere. Anything would be appreciated. Hell, I'll settle for a Lego set with a picture of his minifig, if that helps. But really, what do you guys think is going on with Hawkeye? Why do you think Marvel is keeping their Archer at bay? Let me know down below or anywhere on the internet. If you're watching this video and you still don't understand what the big deal about Hawkeye is, in the description below I have Amazon links to a whole bunch of really great Hawkeye comics, including the acclaimed Matt Fraction David Aja run on the character from like 2012, I think. It's basically the reason why everybody loves Hawkeye to begin with. He was okay before, but that series put him way over the top. Of course, new videos every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern is Wulff Den Live, so make sure you subscribe to see all of that, like this video, and share it with a friend who's also very concerned that Clint Barton might not be in Infinity War. He is, but it doesn't seem like he is. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.